All right, hey guys, welcome back. For those of you who don't know us, I'm Mark. I'm a certified health coach, and this is Teresa. She's a board certified family nurse practitioner. We are with Total Health and Wellness. We like to talk about hormones, metabolic health, and everything in between. So tonight we wanted to talk to you guys a little bit about kind of a day in the life of us. We have a lot of questions about the foods we eat and the exercise routines we have and whatnot. So we figured this would be a good opportunity for us to just kind of talk a little bit about our day and what we eat and how we go about eating and whatnot. You guys all know pretty much what we eat for dinner. I'm going to show you guys here in a second. But as far as like breakfast, lunch, and then how our exercise schedule goes. So let's do it. All right. So I have tonight. I'm going to be doing ribeye. So I've got ribeye. I love having cheese on my steak, so there's cheese on top of that. And then we have scrambled eggs, and then Teresa's cheese and pepperoni crustless pizza, and then we've got chicken wings too. So, and Teresa did the chicken wings in the air fryer.
Yeah.
Yeah. And how do you season them?
I just season them with, I spray them with avocado oil, and then I put Jane's Crazy, and then I do put some ranch seasoning on there. So,
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Okay. And also, just to let you guys know, like I'm having a ribeye tonight. Teresa likes fillets. So we made some fillets with the ribeyes. So we're going to be doing that.
Yeah. And meat prices are going down. So we get our meat from Sam's. So if you're going to let grass-fed and organic hold you up, you could be held up. But 4 fillets at Sam's is now about between $40 and $50. They used to be 20 when we first started this. But that 4 fillets would last me 4 nights.
Yeah.
So you can go to McDonald's and buy a combo meal for, 15, or you can go buy $10 a day steak.
Yeah, much more nutrient dense. So really, at the food is more nutrient dense and more healthy for you. So you're saving money in the long run with not having health issues versus eating fast food, and also you're getting a lot more nutrients. So meat, especially red meat, steak, is incredibly nutrient dense. So anyway, so go ahead.
And you're probably going to get to it.
Okay, so I was going to go over breakfast.
Okay.
All right, so I'm going to talk about. So for me, during the week, I guess I'll just go ahead and run through my whole week,
Sure.
and then we can talk about yours. But me for breakfast. So I'll typically eat as early as possible because when I exercise, it's typically around midday, whether I'm doing a weight training session with Teresa, or I'm going out and I'm running sprints, or I'm going out and going for a walk. I don't like to have my stomach full. like to have it fairly empty. So I eat usually around 7:30 or 8 o'clock in the morning. And so a breakfast for me usually consists of, it's really kind of very basic, but I just typically have, first of all, there's some pork rinds. So I've got here Epic brand pork rinds. They're clean. They're a clean pork rind. You got to be careful with those because when you go to the store, a lot of times pork rinds will have different types of vegetable oils and stuff that are not healthy, and sometimes they'll put maltodextrin or other types of flavors in them as well. So I found that my 2 favorite really are Epic, and then these Pork King or Pork King Good pork rinds. So I ordered these on Amazon. And I know you're looking at this backwards, but I ordered these guys on Amazon. I have it auto shipped to me. And these guys I find at Price Cutters and Walmarts and things like that. They even have these now, the smaller bags in some of the gas stations and whatnot around. So that's kind of cool. But if I eat this, I'll usually eat like half a bag to 3/4 of a bag. And then for these, I'll eat the whole bag because it's a smaller one. And then I also love these Parm Crisps. And my favorite is the sour cream and onion. They come in a couple different flavors. They've got cheddar, Parmesan, and then they've got these sour cream and onions. But I'll eat usually a bag of these as well. At Sam's Club, we find these Archer minis. And so they've got a couple of different flavors. They've got turkey. They've got this, which is a pepperoni. And then they also have just a regular grass-fed beef, or not grass-fed, but I'm sorry, just a regular beef. And they're just basically a jerky stick. And so I'll usually have 4 to 6 of these with the other stuff that I showed. And then if I'm still hungry, I'll also have a couple of these organic string cheeses. So the kids love these. So we always have a big bag of them in the refrigerator. And, they're actually pretty darn good. So Teresa, you like these too for a snack. You like to dip these in marinara sauce.
Yeah.
So she warms them up in the microwave first, right? And then you put marinara sauce.
You're stealing my.
I'm sorry. Day. I didn't mean to steal your day. So I'm not going to steal any more of your day. So that would be an early meal for me. And then after a couple of hours, I'd be ready to go out and do my workout. So my workout schedule is really pretty basic. So Monday today, I ran sprints, and I did that around midday. And so I got into the training in the middle of the day when the sun is overhead, and it was really hot when I was working over in the desert in places like Iraq and Afghanistan and stuff. I just liked to train out in the middle of the day, and that's kind of what we did. And that's just sort of stuck with me. So I feel like I'm doing more when I'm out in the heat and the sun and everything, and I can take my shirt off. But In any case, I ran sprints today. And so my sprints consist of like maybe a 2 mile loop that I do. And what I'll do is I'll walk for a period of time and then I'll sprint for a period of time. Then I'll walk and I'll sprint. So walking is like my rest. And I'll vary the intensity of my sprints. Sometimes I'll run a sprint up a little bit of a hill or an incline. Sometimes I'll run a sprint down a hill or an incline. The reason is because when you run uphill, you'll build power in your legs. And if you run downhill, you'll lengthen your stride when you're running. And so both of those are effective for building strength and speed. And professional sprinters or Olympic sprinters and what will do that as well. So will like NFL football players if they're working on that. So I run sprints because sprints is a total body resistance training workout. You've heard us talk about resistance training and how important that is. And there's also many studies that show how much sprinting can help with your human growth hormone production. So I also love the advantage of having that. And obviously it's also great for cardiovascular. So that was today. Tomorrow will be a rest day, Tuesday. Wednesday, I'll go and I'll do a workout at the gym with Teresa. And that'll be one of those smart workouts that we did a video for a couple of weeks back. And so if you guys want to watch that video, you can. But it's a 15-minute total body workout and using resistance training, using machines. And then Thursday, I'll take a day off. Thursday, I'll go for a walk. And usually I'll go to a park or somewhere where I can walk a good 5-7 miles, but I'll usually walk for about an hour and a half. Again, just getting sun, getting fresh air. That's not considered workout. That's not resistance training. That's considered activity. So if you're looking to work out, you really need to do things that are resistance that cause you to lift heavy objects and build muscle. That's not going to do that for me. I don't pretend like it does. I just go out and I do it because it makes me feel good. Like to go to the green spaces and see a lot of green and get fresh air, see wildlife. And so that's really good for me. Friday is a day off. And then Saturday, I do another gym training workout with Teresa. And then Sunday is another day off. We take the Lord's Day and we just take it off and we rest that day.
And you don't eat breakfast on Sundays.
And I don't eat breakfast on Sundays either. So that's a fasting day. So yeah, so the 5 days a week, you see what we eat for dinner. You guys see that all the time and you can see what I just showed you for breakfast. And then now you guys kind of know my workout routine. So That's it for me.
We literally have steak and then hamburgers and then steak and then hamburgers and then steak and then hamburgers. And sometimes we have chicken wings like tonight. And on Sundays when the kids are here with their girlfriends on Sunday dinner, after church, I'll typically make spinach dip or cauliflower mash because the girls like that too. It was Addie's graduation party, Nate's girlfriend, yesterday. And she was like, can you bring your... Well, I suggested spinach chips. She said, I love that too, but cauliflower mash is my favorite. So I brought both.
Yes.
But, chicken wings on occasion and that pizza thing, And then for me, I typically do not eat breakfast, but on days that we work out, and I only work out the 2 days a week because I am still rehabbing my hip and my back. But
at the gym, you work out 2 days a week with me. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. I tried to walk, but then I backslid. But on those days, I typically will come home from the gym and then we do our errands about 2:00, and I am a little hungry because I haven't eaten that whole day. So I do break these cheese sticks in half. And then I sprinkle garlic powder, then I microwave them, and then I put a little bit of marinara sauce and I just eat it with a fork. And then that usually tides me over to dinner. On days that I work, I have deli ham and Munster cheese.
From Sam's Club.
I really don't veer from this. With bacon in the middle, and I eat 3 or 4 meat and cheese roll-ups. And then dinner's dinner, and then I just work out the 2 days a week. You can spend more time at the gym. We used to. When we were younger and we didn't have kids, we spent hours at the gym. It's just that you don't have to.
Yeah, for sure.
You can do more than 2 days a week, 15 minutes, but you don't have to build muscle.
Yeah, and also you're also doing weight bearing right now.
Yeah.
So if you guys see, Teresa has on her weighted vest. So Teresa, any time of the day when Teresa's home, you'll see her around the house doing chores and little things here and there, and she's got her weighted vest on, from vacuuming the floors to washing a window to cooking dinner to doing our what's for dinners right now and showing you guys. So
So this is really good. We just talked about bone health, and I just wanted to say while we were talking, I talked to a patient. She's a very new patient. She's only been on hormones for like 2 weeks, 10 days, but she had a DEXA scan done. I think she's 42, but she had primary ovarian insufficiency. I think she's 42. She's in her early 40s. So she essentially went through menopause after her last baby. So she's been 6 years without hormones, and they did diagnose her with that, but then never really followed up to see what's your bone health like. She has osteopenia in her early 40s. She has osteopenia. So I was like, you got to get a weighted vest. You got to go she walks. And I was like, great, but you also got to do resistance training. She's on estrogen, progesterone, and testosterone. She's on D and K. I added mag, I added strontium, or I gave her the strontium choice because I really only do that for a year with osteoporosis. I don't know why, but there's nothing written in stone anywhere. But anyway, 40, early 40s, and she has osteopenia. What would happen at 50 or 55? She's going to be one of the ones that stands up and has a vertebral fracture and falls to the ground.
Yeah.
So.
And also, you don't want to do that too as you get older too. Everybody you've ever has heard about a broken hip. You know, older folks falling and breaking their hips. A lot of times you don't recover from that.
No.
And it's really sad because you know that it's basically an end of life thing. You know.
Right. There's a lot of people that die after hip fractures, and I have quite a few horse girls. They have their horses and they ride, and then I have a couple of the barn managers who are in their 70s. These females that are running the barns. But one of my patients, she's been with me for like probably 10 years. She's in her 60s. She fell off a horse not too long ago. She didn't break her hip. So, super fun, super good.
All right. Well, did you have anything else you wanted to add to that?
No.
Okay, guys. Well, we just wanted to give you an idea of what it looked like to kind of.
Yeah. So it doesn't have to be hard because sometimes someone just said to me, I was really missing a salad. And I'm like, oh my gosh, you can have a salad.
Go for it, yeah.
Absolutely. But this makes my brain not have to think too much about, you know, 2 sides and a bread and something colorful. It's just like we're either having burgers or steak, and then we usually have eggs and bacon in this pizza thing a lot. So you don't have to really think about it too much. I mean, we already have too much to think about.
At the end of the day, guys, everything we're eating is super nutrient dense, and that's why we don't get hungry when we eat this. This is enough. It satisfies us. And so we just, that's important, you know, to be able to eat things that are going to keep you full, because when you eat these carbohydrate foods, these plant-based, you know, food-like products that are all over the grocery store shelves, they don't keep you full.
No, and the reason diets fail is because people are hungry. You can go for only so long, you know. I mean, you can go for months with calorie restriction, but at some point your body's just going to say no more. It's going to stop losing weight, and you're just going to be so hungry all the time.
Yeah, and the same thing is, we talked about don't overcomplicate eating food, but also don't overcomplicate your workout. You know, the best time of the day to work out is when you're going to do it. So don't worry about timing it during a certain part of the day. Don't worry about whether you should go eat afterwards or eat before. All the protein drinks and all that, that's all fine and great. But get yourself in the gym, start making those changes, and get yourself in a habit. Go for it. Once you've gone for about 6 months straight, you're in that zone. You're there. You've gotten enough results that you're going to have the self-confidence and the motivation to keep going. So the 6-month mark is important. And I just,
and I would be bold enough to say for many people, it would be earlier than 6 months.
For some people, it could be. I'm just talking about, generalizing. Anyway, all right. Well, we'll wrap it up there. So if you guys have any questions or suggestions, please shoot them our way. And again, if you guys don't mind, just check out the description section on YouTube and the comments section on Facebook. We've got a whole bunch of links and stuff in there. If you haven't already done so, please subscribe. Give us a little thumbs up and things like that. And we love you guys. God bless you. We'll see you next time. Bye.
Bye.